Right, what's going on, y'all? You got the real Browns fan here with y'all. Wanting to go ahead and get into this recap of the draft that we just had. Shout outs to the Cavaliers for making it out of the first round, too, against Indiana. That looked like it was a tough one. But knowing LeBron, he was not having it. All right, so since we just got out of that, basketball's over. We go get right back into the football. Last time we talked, I expressed how much that I wanted Baker Mayfield to be our quarterback, and here he is. Man, oh man, was I super glad that the Browns did not blow this one. I wanted Darnold more than anything, and the speculation of Darnold was getting a little bit too scary. The speculation that we was gonna get what's his name, Barkley was a little too scary. We made the right choice, and we made the right choice for the future. And I will say this right away: I do not expect Baker to come out this year. I solely believe that it's Tyrod Taylor's job to lose, more so than it's Baker's, position to win. We definitely need a red shirt freshman year for Baker. We needed him to build a little bit more muscle on that frame, build a little more knowledge. He needs to go through the orientation training part before we go ahead and put him on the floor, being at the quarterback position, being that it's more of a mental thing than anything than just being an athlete. As far as like straight up, athleticism and him getting the ball there, I don't think there's going to be any issue with that. It's just the more so of learning like the systematics inside the NFL, the schemes, disguises that you have to recognize and notice, and him being a quarterback and him already being competitive. We don't want him to be thrown out there and to feel like he got to do the most in doing so. Uh, so I think that Tyrod will be the starter over Baker Mayfield. I hope he is. I hope we don't see Baker at all this year, even though it sucks. I want to see him as quick as possible, maybe in the preseason, but definitely should not see him this year as far as any time in the regular season. I know there's been speculation that people think they're just going to throw him out there in a fourth week or so. No, Tyrod Taylor all week, and when the time is ready, like Hugh said, he's gonna get him ready. He's gonna let him go ahead and let him succeed. But yeah, no, definitely. Mm-mm. We got another pick, Denzel Ward. That last video that I said that we can look at him. I was definitely pleased over that pick over Bradley Chubb. Even when before we had called it, I was like Denzel Ward, and I'm happy because for one, he's an Ohio guy. He could play in this weather. He knows how to play in these elements. And what is the AFC North football, playing in cold, sometimes snowy conditions. Probably not as bad as Green Bay would. Green Bay get a lot more snow than Cleveland does for some reason, but um, yeah, he could play in this type of cold element, and the kid is fast. I mean, the dude is super fast. You can't. There's things that you cannot teach, and speed is one of them. And some of those hits they got on the highlights, I haven't seen much of them. Um, but the dude can hit. And you know what? Another thing is, I think he might have been the better one out of Eli Apple. I was kind of worried, like that's why I really wasn't saying Denzel Ward too much, because I wasn't sure, who was really the truth as far as the cornerback wise, but it might be Denzel Ward was the side, and then he made Eli look a little bit more better because Denzel was the side that was shutting down. So the fact that we do got a shut down corner, somebody that's going to be able to keep up with the DBs, and somebody that Greg Williams is going to be able to utilize, and on top of this, give us the benefit of Jabril Peppers, what we brought him in here for anyway. Now we can let Jabril Peppers be that Troy Polamalu type of guy that plays the middle, and then that also can be reactive to making the interceptions or getting tackles for losses. Basically, like I said, I want to see him like a Troy Polamalu type guy out of Peppers, and Denzel Ward is going to allow to have that because we expect him to be able to shut down the whole side of the field. And that one, you don't gotta do a red shirt with that. It's a totally different position than quarterback. I mean, obviously you want to have experience, but like it is totally different. Uh, Austin Corbett was another choice that we had selected. After seeing a little bit of videos of the guy just speak personally, it's so crazy to know like how intelligent this guy is, and it's amazing. You know, now that I know Joy Thomas is not stepping away from the Browns entirely. He might be a little bit, but the dude never really used to practice anyway. He used to just teach the players. So he's going to have an opportunity to teach Austin Corbett the ropes and show him. And then Austin Corbett is going to be able to use his intelligence already and then translate into the field. I'm really excited about that pick. I don't know if he's going to, replace Joe Thomas right away, or if I think it, like they said, that it just, as far as like fiscally wise, that it was just smart to keep him at tackle, and Joel Patino right react just because of just the pay and how that's organized within the league and just the standards. So um, he probably will be playing tackle, left side, yeah, probably, which is the hardest position. But hey, like I said, the kid sounds really smart, and definitely happen to have him here. We got Nick Chubb, which is crazy, and not crazy in the bad way. It's crazy in the good way, because now we got three quality backs out of Duke Johnson, who I think is going to be the number one. Then you got also Carlos Hyde, who I feel like is just going to be like the short yardage type cat. And then you got Nick Chubb, who also is going to kind of like fight in. He's kind of like an insurance policy, because I'm knocking on wood. I really don't want to see this, but for some reason I feel like Carlos Hyde has health issues. For some reason, I don't know if he's been hurt in the past, but for some reason I just feel like he doesn't stay healthy. But I'm hoping, praying that he stays healthy, and we keep him on the field. I don't want to see any of my guys hurt. But it is the game, and it comes with it. But in real, I really don't wish any of that evil on any of our guys, anybody in the NFL for real. I mean, obviously it's gonna happen, but Nick Chubb is definitely a dude that can be really great for us. I know he already came back from a knee injury and stuff, so let him kind of like just feel his way in, and just be an insurance policy, because we don't know what Duke is gonna do. We don't know what's that situation is gonna play out. So us having Chubb is definitely gonna allow us to have an insurance policy on if Duke somehow departs us, and hopefully not, because I really like Duke. And then we got that Chad Johnson guy. I don't really know too much about him. But they said he's like a really great athlete, and with that, I know that Greg Williams would prefer a lot of athletic guys that can get to the quarterback, and guys that can create pressure. So that's what we're hoping to get out of that, and we just hope that that's what's gonna happen. We never really know how it pans out. Hopefully it translates into mental. Hopefully he got the fundamentals down. Um, and we just hope about that. And that's one thing I want to say about the first four picks. Um, is look like those are the guys that are fundamentally sound, and when you got fundamentals on top of talent, that's when you got real good players. This is a really tough game, and you got the professionals out here that make it look easy, but it's really a tough game. And all these guys, I think, are fundamentally sound to be able to contribute at an elite level. Eventually, when they respectively come into their own. Um, all of them: Baker, Denzel, Austin, Nick, Chad. Like I said, just athlete. Hopefully, he can put it out there on the field. And then Antonio Callaway. Look this guy up. Off field character issues, but nothing too scary. I mean, I know there's like a credit card fraud thing that was there. You never know anybody's situation. Obviously, I'm not condoning credit card scam, any type of fraud, or any type of stealing at that point. But there's a lot of worse things that's going on out here by some of these owners. If you can recall the Colts owner doing something crazy. Not trying to say that, comparing apples to oranges, but it's just, I mean, when you got people that are rich and no, they don't say nothing, and just because these guys they're struggling, they're trying to make a way for their family and stuff like that. And I think him being drafted and given this opportunity to make it to the NFL, it will probably change some things around for the guy. He'll have a lot more money. He don't have to go through those things. And now it's all about just keeping the right people in front of you, just making sure that you only help the right ones in your team. You don't just contribute the money to everybody, basically like what Trent Richardson did when he got here with us. Unfortunate situation, but everybody know about it, where it seemed like you made it, and then that's where everybody comes. So Hopefully he knows what that is. And then as far as like the other guys, Jannard Avery, Damian Ratley, and Simon Thomas, obviously they were later round picks, and not really sure as far as like what their contribution is gonna be. Linebacker, receiver, cornerback, definitely areas. I mean, I don't know about linebacker. Yeah, you could have it. Wide receiver. Though these are just gonna be more competition that we're gonna have because we had a lot of receivers that's coming off the practice squad. So this should be just heighten the competition. Overall, I give our draft definitely a B plus, maybe an A. Basically because we got Baker Mayfield, which is our franchise. I feel like Denzel Ward is going to be here for a long time. We addressed it, the offense a lot. We improved that, and Nick Chubb is going. So we got it in the key positions, the key areas that we needed to get in, and everything else was just kind of a bonus. I mean, like I said, you use the first and 2 rounds; those are the ones that really count, and then everything else is just kind of like I'm up in the air, and you hope it pans out for the best. And Antonio Callaway could be on there. Hopefully, Josh Gordon can teach us some things, and Jarvis Landry, who has high character, I think, will also be able to help him out. And I will say this, exiting out of that, um, I'm super happy about Jimmy Haslem and D Haslem. You know, if it was never, ever, ever for them effing it up for Johnny Manziel, we would not have Baker. You think about that. Like, if they had messed up on Johnny, we would never get Baker. So I'm I got more things on them. You could probably see them another time, another video. I could talk about Jimmy and D Haslam for days, but um thank you guys because this wouldn't be popular. We got our franchise quarterback. I believe it. I feel it here in my heart. Thank you guys. See you later. Browns. Dog pound. 7 games this year. Woo woo.